So guys, MMA UK news, obviously myself, Stoomboy, as always, for the MMA UK BJJ show. So today we're talking again about Evolution of Combat 9. It's going to be on Saturday the 11th of September, the Maryhill Community Halls. As the Maryhill Community Halls, absolutely fantastic venue. As I say, we've been there obviously a couple of times with Evolution of Combat and obviously with SGIs as well. So it's always a great venue, certainly for the grapplers. As I say, grapplers, certainly through SGIs and stuff like that. We've obviously been there, I don't even know how many times, a good handful of times anyway. So it's always a great venue. Tickets still available. Tickets are available from the fighters. So anybody looking for tickets, obviously contact your chosen fighter, or you can contact the Evolution of Combat Facebook page, and tickets are available through them as well. So promises to be an absolutely fantastic night of fights. We've got grappling, kickboxing, and then followed by MMA fights as well. So today we're talking about grappling. So my guest, Barry Munro, Scottish Martial Arts Centre, Mandala BJJ. He's going to be up against Lewis. Now, Lewis has said that he wants to be known as Pennywise, because I know they said Wise Pennie. So Lewis Pennywise. I believe he spoke to Mop yesterday as well. So that's what he's going to be announced as he comes out for the fight. So yeah, Lewis Pennywise, Dundee Mixed Martial Arts. So Barry, absolute pleasure to have you on, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. It's a pleasure to be on.
Nice. I see you're looking good. You're looking fresh. You're looking healthy. Looking very, very healthy and ready to go.
Thank you. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. Well, I'm trying my best. I'm training a lot.
Definitely. And then you're training, I mean, obviously now we're open. Now we're properly open, officially open. So you've been able to do a lot of training now?
Yeah, well, I've actually got a spare room with some mats in it, some Dolomar mats, and I would practice on it Eve all the time. My girlfriend who hates it, so but it's good fun because obviously you get a free ride. So, but I really missed the tearing it up in the gym with the big mat and being able to use speed and things like this because the small room really wasn't adequate for that. So, but I just tried to do other lift weights, do lots of walking, do lots of yoga. So I actually came back a wee bit less banged up. So
That's the one thing about, yeah, I mean, that's one thing about the lockdown. I mean, obviously, over the last kind of 18 months, anybody that had niggling injuries and stuff like that, I mean, everybody's coming back as close to 100% as healthy as possible.
I think a lot of knees are better, especially all the SGI guys. I think we've had a wee bit of time to rest them. They're improving. So, it's just good to be back. It's great to see everything open up. And I'm really looking forward to these shows, especially EOC. The last one was amazing. And it's so cheap, man. Like £6.50, like everything. You get everything.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely.
I was enjoying it. I'm really grateful to be on it.
Definitely. And then, as I said, going to be in front of the fans as well. I mean, I know that EOC had an event during the lockdown with absolutely no spectators at all. So I know that I was at the last one there, Evolution of Combat 8, and there was obviously, they had some people in the audience, which was absolutely fantastic to see. So obviously fighting in front of people again is going to be a good thing.
And then the Maryhill Centre is very close, so but I like it. I think that the crowd adds a wee extra factor, and I love the pro wrestling, and I love the crowd being there, and I think it's great when they all cheer and things like that. So, and
yeah.
I think it's more exciting as well. I don't know. I think that the setup with the no-gi is a wee bit more exciting, and I feel the pressure to perform. I feel a lot of us do feel the pressure, so. I like to go out and finish someone or get finished. Unfortunately, usually I get finished, but I try my best. So,
man, that's the game though. That's what we do. Grappling's a funny thing, man. Do you know what I mean? As I said, you can get caught, or you can do the catching. Do you know what I mean? As I say, they always say you win or you learn. There's no losing in jiu-jitsu or in grappling.
Good, man. No, I've had some good matches, and I'm looking forward to this one again. So,
yeah. No, listen, it promises. I mean, as I say, I know obviously you and Lewis, as I say, two great grapplers, two absolutely brilliant grapplers. Obviously, I love watching you guys. So, and then we've got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So, a couple of questions coming in. Sorry. So Aaron East, the stories he's heard about the aiming techniques during lockdown have amazed him. Nothing seems to. Oh, sorry, the training techniques during the lockdown have amazed him. Nothing seems to get in the way of training for you guys.
Well,
So
you've got to do
I
it
know
every
you
day.
talked about it. Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
talked about it. You've got a spare room and stuff like that. So
Well, you got to. I think it's important for the stretching, but I've did lots of hours of the belt drill and loads of things that are just small things. But if you do them loads, they're good for your dexterity, and I'm really big on the flexibility, so I like the room for that.
yeah, and that's one thing about jiu-jitsu. There's a lot of solo drills and stuff like that we can do, like shrimps and bridges and different moves that we can actually do.
Things like that. Yeah, I just seen the lockdown as a different opportunity. It most certainly wasn't the ideal, but I just kind of looked at it like, I literally can't do anything about this, so I just need to take it in my own hands and do what I can do. So I started doing club bells and kettlebells and fucking mad yoga shit and just experimenting with stuff I've never tried before. So it was a good time for that. But there's nothing better than having the jiu-jitsu, and Eve's very grateful that now the class is back and she doesn't have to get things practiced on her all the time. So I'm hoping that I've improved. I've probably not, but I've tried my best. So
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure you have. You mentioned kettlebells. Did you have kettlebells before the lockdown, or did you pay the lockdown prices?
Thankfully, I did have one, but I learned how to properly use it. Well, at least to a certain degree. But I did buy club bell things, the ones you swing, like they're for the Indian wrestling style. But I just had seen them, and I read the book and they were in it, so I just thought I'll try them, and they're actually quite fun. They're quite good for your core and cross-core stabilization and things like this. But it's actually just fun swinging it about. So those were expensive. But they were worth it.
That's the mace bell?
Well, not the mace that you bring around here, but it's just the small club bell, and you kind of use core drills and do snatching things, and it helps your rotator cuff allegedly and things like this. But it's from the Indian wrestling. So
okay, I'll need to have a look out for that.
But I've seen the mace. I've never had a crack at it. I'll probably try it. I'm a wee bit scared of dislocating my shoulder or something. But the club bells are good. I'd recommend them.
Yeah. Mate, I've got a mace bell there, right, out the back. So obviously I've got a wee setup out the back. We go out every now and again. And the mace bell's tough. Do you know what I mean? Like I got one, I got one that was it was 10 kilos, and I thought, fuck, it's only 10 kilos. So I think it was about 60 quid. And I went out and I was thinking, it's only 10 kilos, is nothing. And I was watching videos like people doing it, like smaller people and things like that, and thinking, well, if they can do it, this is going to be no problem. And it's tough, man. It's fucking very difficult.
I really enjoy it. It's quite a strange feeling and things like that. So it's not as linear as isometric movements like your squats and things like that. You're sticking to strict form. Like each time it changes a wee bit and you get wee adjustments and things. But it was a nice mix up, actually. I'm grateful for the lockdown for that.
Yeah. And that's one thing, I mean, lockdown did. It gave certainly us guys, jiu-jitsu guys, different things to do. Obviously, we didn't really have jiu-jitsu as we normally would. So you've seen a lot of jiu-jitsu guys that were out doing walking. I know that guys were walking every single bend in Scotland and just doing different things. So as I say, that was one thing that we jiu-jitsu guys got the benefit of.
It was horrible to be robbed the possibility of your progression. And I was a wee bit down for 2 or 3 days, but I got myself under control and I moved forward. But you're right, it's just good to be back on the path, and at least the shows are back and we can get back to competition. So
some kind of normality, buddy. Some kind of normality. So, and then what about you? Obviously, the fight then with Lewis, as I mentioned, you and Lewis have obviously trained together in the past. So, I mean, how did the fight come about for you? How did you find out about it?
Well, really, Lewis saved this. So I was getting offered an under 70 kg opponent. I hope it wasn't anybody from Scotland because they do smash me. But so I just couldn't, at this time, I just couldn't find someone that's on my level and the same weight as me. And shout out to Dan Hope. He was messaging me every day. Look, I can't get anybody. What about this weight? And I was going up and down the weight a wee bit. So initially it was an under 60 match. We couldn't find anyone. And then he said under 75. So I stayed about 64. And then Lewis has stepped in and saved me here. So big shout out to him for being game as fuck and saving Scottish BJJ all the time. So he's everybody, man. He stepped in against Stevie Way, man. That's crazy. He's like 17 or something when he did it. He's the saviour, man. We all better enjoy it while we're ahead of him. So
yeah. And I was talking to Lewis yesterday at the Scottish grappling comp, and I was like, Lewis, I can't believe that you're only 20-year-old, right?
Oh man,
Because I thought Lewis, because Lewis has been around forever, right? And we were talking about this.
Oh.
Yeah, but we were talking about this yesterday. He said he's been doing jiu-jitsu for probably on and off about 7 years. And I was like, well, that's obviously about right. But I thought he was a lot older than 20, just because he's been around forever. And as you mentioned, he's stepped in and fought all sorts of people.
He's got a really mature mindset as well, because he's just seen it as well. Look, I'm probably going to lose, but I'm a blue belt. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to get the rub off of these guys who are better than me, and I'm going to get a good taste of experience, because I wouldn't want Stevie Way smashing me to the mat in front of everybody. You know what I mean? He was stapling him. So, but you got to respect the game this. But he's 20 now, so he'll be stronger. He'll be bigger. I think he's probably about 6 foot or something like that. He's quite tall. So,
quite tall, mate.
Today, just me.
Listen, everybody's bigger than me and you, Barry. So everybody's bigger than me and you. Everybody looks 6 foot to me. So, but no, he's quite tall. As I say, I saw him yesterday. He looked good. He did look good. Obviously, he had a good competition. Was up against some really, really good competitors yesterday. Do you know what I mean? So, but it was a nice it was good for him to get out there again and, do you know what I mean, get some obviously competing. And obviously you as well next week. It'll be good to see you back on the mats as well, competing.
Well, I think me and Lewis will put on a good performance. In our training in the practice room, it's always been cool. It's always been some crazy mad shit that's happening, and I'm very flexible, and he's also very flexible, and that makes for an interesting matchup. So, but like I said, I'm expecting him to be bigger, stronger, and better than he was last time. So, my most important thing is not to take him lightly in any way and respect everything he's got. So,
definitely.
I just need to stick to my strengths, and you know this. You just need to stick to your strengths and try and play your game. So.
Yeah, definitely. And then final thing for you then, Barry. So obviously it's been a long journey for you so far. So anybody you want to give a shout out to, friends, family, anybody that's been with you along the way?
Just my training partners that smash me week in, week out. Thanks to Glenn at Grappling Sciences for giving me a cool rash guard to compete in. Hopefully I do win. Thanks to SBN Rough Casting. Oh, sorry. He gave me a wee sponsor. He gives me some stuff, so that's good. And my girlfriend for getting drilled on through lockdown all the time, and she always takes me to training. So because I'm just learning to drive just now, so she facilitates the training. So I have to give her a wee bit of a shout out. And it's her birthday next week, and she let me fight. So
nice.
And obviously my coaches and any guys I've ever trained with, every gym I've went to in Scotland, they've been cool. So. And I've respected them all and enjoyed my learning process. But thanks very much, man. Thanks for speaking to me.
Not a problem. And then one final thing, obviously, again, we've got Aaron coming in, just saying good luck on your bout, mate. Looking forward to the event. So
I'm on a show. Hopefully it's fast. Like I said, no decisions. I'll either get taken out or take Lewis out, and I think he's of the exact same mindset. So
yes, definitely. Well, listen, stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your training, buddy, and I'll see you next Saturday. Okay.
Right, thanks, Stoomboy, man. Have a lovely day. Thank you.
Take it easy, buddy.